Hi, this is Krista at The Secret Yarnery. Welcome to a WIP Weekday Crochet Podcast, episode 71. I love how that sounds. We did change it to WIP Weekday. By we, I mean I. I changed it to WIP Weekday just to take the pressure off of you need things done on this day every single day of the week. Blah, 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 blah. Too much pressure. It's not too much pressure, but I do feel like sometimes if family gets in the way, then I'm failing. And I'm not really into that. Failing's not my thing. So WIP Weekday Crochet Podcast is a new thing. I might say it wrong. Let me know. My name is Krista, and that is my secret yarnery. And yes, what is that big old space over there? We'll be talking about it when we get into news of the week. If you're new to this channel is all about crochet and crochet related goodness. There are tutorials, live chats every Friday, and all sorts of goodness throughout the week. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Just hit that button down below and comment under the video to join the community so we can get to know you a little bit. That's all you have to do to become part of us, which would be super great if you did that. If you want to find me over on Instagram, it's at Secret Yarnery, or Facebook is The Secret Yarnery. That's kind of where I show you what I'm up to during the week or the weekends when I am not on YouTube. And you can also join our Facebook community, which is the Secret Yarnery Crochet Community. Great place to upload photos and all the rest of it. So if you haven't joined me over there, go ahead and do that after this. Or you can do it now. I'm just going to be talking. Finished objects. I do have quite a few. Oh, I should start with the small one. Hold on. I have it right over where? It was supposed to be right here. It's the cutest thing. Don't tell me. Where the heck is it? It's the cutest thing. How can I lose it? Where did I put it? Did it fall down? It could have fallen down. Yeah, it fell down. Ooh, this is dirty. Ew, there's a spider. Ooh, a lot fell down. Oh, I meant to, hey, I found my other battery. Okay, I gotta leave that pushed out. That's a hot mess back there. Hot mess. Did find, look at the dust bunnies. Terrible. Ugh. One of my camera batteries. I only have two. I'm like, anyway, I have another one now. So that's good. Okay, my finished object. Let me not make such a mess. Okay. Shake it off just to be sure. Okay. I've got a vacuum in here, I'm telling you that. Okay, now. Look at how cute that is. It is a little rectangular basket. So a saver for the bottom and a panda for the top. Little panda cuff. Isn't that sweet? Doesn't it make you want to make a pair of slippers? Just say yes, I know it does. So this little basket is for my little GoPro batteries. Isn't that well, they're not the sweetest thing, but I mean, they're pretty cute. So they fit just snug as a bug right in that little basket. So I know where all my batteries are, and they technically should stay clean unless they fall off, land on the ground in a big dust pile. Just saying. Anyway, that's a finished object. Basically, single crochet the rectangle the size that you want your little basket to be, and then just do one single crochet into each stitch, ignoring the corners. So a corner is just one stitch all the way around. It automatically turns into a basket. I do work it in a spiral because I'm lazy, and I'm gonna put a fuzzy border on it anyway. So you're not gonna see where my spiral ended. And then there's no joining. So that's super cute. Let me know if you want a tutorial on making little baskets like that. I think it's a super great way to just kind of stay a little bit organized. If you remember that you made it and it's supposed to be there and it hasn't fallen down. And to keep everything nice and together. And you can make them any size, and like how cute is that? It took like 10 minutes, maybe 15, I don't even remember. So that is one finished object. Adorable. Put that down back where it should belong. And let me charge this other battery while I'm here. I better even wash my hand. That's gross. Okay, I have my finished objects written down, which is probably a good thing. Ooh, now this is exciting. Okay, hold on. The silver granny baby blanket. Yes, it is the relative of the drunken granny baby blanket. Excuse me if I'm like gasping for breath sometimes. I'll get into that later too, but don't think it's normal. It won't be like this forever. Today, yeah, it will. Sorry about that. Anyway, I do run out of air sometimes, just saying. This is the silver granny baby blanket, named so because of the awesome little stitch. Do you see how it's like, it's similar to the drunken granny, they're both kind of stacked against each other, but the stitches are super, super perfect. It's a bit textured, like a C2C is, but it's worked in rows back and forth, so you don't have to like stress out about decreasing or when to decrease or what shape you want it to be, or if it's square, if it's rectangle. You literally make your chain the width you want your blanket to be and keep going until you run out of yarn, or it is the length you want it to be. So this is made with 6 skeins of Softly Baby, so 2 of each color, plus 500 grams or half a skein of Softly Baby white for the edge. So the tutorial's coming out hopefully tomorrow, can't wait. Same with the written pattern over on the website. Links to all of that will be down below. And I cannot wait for it. What is so great? Everything. It also has a super straight edge. I'll tell you more about this in the tutorial, but the gist of it is, it has a perfectly straight edge, automatic as you work the pattern. So if you have like issues or you stress out about having a straight edge, this pattern automatically, your edge is perfectly straight. It is a 1-row repeat, so every single row is the same. Great for watching TV, great for just working along. I did do magic knot when I changed, like at the end of each row. So I'll be doing a little tutorial on how to do that as well. Not just kind of like a little, like a Tip Tuesday, something super quick, but just to, so there's basically no ends, is the long and short of that, other than when you start and when you finish. So that, loving it. 6 skeins of Softly Baby. It is so great. So great that I wanted to make, well, I'll have to tell you about that later, but I also have a WIP. Did I bring it over? Okay, I'll bring it over now because it's kind of the same thing, right? Okay. Uno second. Oh, and I'll put this on the chair. It's so cute. Okay. So this is a big girl WIP. This for me. Okay, Magic Glitz. Love Magic Glitz. Yes, it's in a bag. Look at that. Isn't it gorge? I mean, we all know it's gorgeous. This is my favorite colorway. I like to keep it in stock. I had 4 cakes. I thought that was enough. It is not. Look. Isn't that just the best ever? Right? I love it. So from the yellow to the yellow is 1 cake. So I've started down here. I've started my 2nd cake. And it is quite wide. I'm going to be putting a border on it. There we go, it's that wide. Almost my arm span. Love it so much. This is the Silver Granny. I'm loving it. I want to have it on my bed. So what I'm going to do when I get more cakes, they're out of stock. I put a notification in so they'll email me when they get more. And they will get more. It's a yarn that they're stocking. I will be using Super Baby in white to start the border, just to kind of crisp it all up and give it a frame of reference of white. And then Magic Glitz in the skeins with a quicker color change to do some sort of amazing Shelly border, as big as I can find, with like 1 big fat row of color change all the way around. Love it. I probably need about 4 more cakes because it is about what, we'll say 12 inches per cake. So I at least need, I could do 6, I guess, right? 1, 2, yeah, 6 feet, yeah. Okay, so I need one more pack of cakes. That's not too bad. Plus to keep it over in my inventory. Always need, always need cakes. Glitz. I love it, in this colorway. This is my favorite colorway. I did have another colorway, but I never got around to using it, so I let it go to my Yarny friends. Now, so that's one WIP. Now back to finished objects. Oh, my grandma's blanket. Now I did show you this a few years ago, but let me show it to you again now. Let me get the right way around. There we go. Now it is old. This is from like the 70s. I thought it was the 80s. It's from the 70s and it is old. I have machine washed it a million times and I have dried it in the dryer too many times. Let me just say that. So this is my grandma's classic stitch that she used for all of her Afghans. Everybody in the family had one of these. They are really big. I'll show you how big it is. I'll try to show you how big it is. So really, really wide. Can you see it? Really wide, and it's pretty much what, like 7 feet wide and 5 feet, no, yes, and 5 feet across. Right? So 5 feet by 8 feet, gist of it. Now, and it has tassels on every side. So there is no upper, bottom, or side. She put tassels along the top and the bottom and where the sides are. So that means no ends, how that all is summed up. So because this was her favorite blanket, or her favorite stitch to make blanket, she made a blanket like this for everybody. Let me put it on a chair back there so you can see it. Go. That's huge. There we are over there. So everybody got a blanket like that, and it has no ends to sew in. So I've always kind of wanted to figure it out and like why it was her favorite stitch. So while I was a bit relaxing and unable to do too much based on not being able to take a proper breath, yeah, we'll get into it. I tried to figure out her pattern. Let me show you the right way around. This one. So if you're on Instagram, you would have seen this already when I started to work on it. And I do absolutely understand why she loved it so much. Yes, it looks like a Lark Stitch, but it's only 1 row, and Lark Stitch is 2 rows. And cute little tassels on the bottom, which I love. So, and you're like, that's not a blanket. Look how big it is. I ran out of yarn. Guess what I ran out of? Saver, excuse me, saver in white. I don't have any. Can you imagine? I have no saver in white. I had 1.5 skeins of saver, none in saver 100. So that's all the white I had. There's no more white. But what it really works great for is like a little shawl. Cute little shawl. So, and yes, it's gonna be a blanket. I am ordering more. Saver 100, all of that. When it comes in stock, it is not. But again, I have notification coming, so I will be getting it. So this is the cute little, I don't know, I just kind of wear it around the house, because it's the perfect size for wearing around the house. And then I can technically call it a finished object because I'm wearing it, right? But when I do get more yarn, I do want to make it bigger so it can sit on my bed. But for now, check this out, so cute. It goes great on a chair. So that is what it's doing these days. If you are interested in any tutorials or patterns for these objects, this is coming out in a couple weeks. This is coming out tomorrow, fingers crossed, or this sometime. It's coming out sometime, this one is. And same with that, a couple weeks. Everything else is, there's a link to the tutorials in the description box, and a link to where the patterns are is also in the description box below. All right, now we're on to WIPs, works in progress, which is kind of why we're here, right? This is my next one. Again, you would have seen it if you're on Instagram or Facebook. I love it. I love it too much. Ready? Doo, 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 doo. Look at that. It's like my unicorn blanket. It's the same stitch. It's the Ruth, oops. It is the Ruth stitch. That's what I'm calling the Ruth stitch. If you know what stitch this is, go ahead and let us all know in the comments below. It is like Lark, but only one row. With the ends, I'm leaving them long enough to do tassels, and aren't the colors just so great? Let me see, this is getting a bit washed out. Let me, there. How are those colors? So cute, right? Total unicorn. So I'm making this one, oh, look at that. I'm making this 5 feet wide and 6 feet tall. 5? Yeah. About that. Depending how much. Now on this one I'm going to run out of yellow. So when I run out of yellow, that's how tall it's going to be. But it is 5 feet wide, not including the tassels. So when it'll lay across like a single bed with a 1 foot hang on each side. Oh, which is kind of what these blankets are for. I'll kind of show you a quick little pic. They kind of drape over the side of your bed. So they're wider than they are tall, but you can also spin it around, use it on the sofa. Like they're just, it's totally practical, but doesn't it make a bedroom look so cute? So that's my gist on it, and I'm going to put tassels just on the 2 sides, so the top and bottom of the bed won't have tassels where you're laying down. That's my strat. Love it. Now with this one, here's my dilemma. I need to like literally take a breath because it's so disheartening. So I was looking at my grandma's stitch, and her stitch is quite a bit different than how mine looks. And I'm pretty sure that's what she's doing. I'm pretty sure I have the stitches down, but her style of crocheting and my style of crocheting are not identical. Go figure, right? Everybody's unique. But I think what she's doing when she was doing hers is she would really pull up the double crochet, the drop down double crochet, so it had a bigger loop, and that gives a bit more of a straight edge, but it also makes a bigger hole in your Afghan, and my family doesn't like holes in anything really. So if you just do a normal double crochet, it stays nice and tight, but it doesn't look exactly like hers. Mine's a bit more like wavy stuck together, and hers is more like lines with a drop. So I'm like, what was she doing, da da da? And then I tried to just not turn my work. And that turns out beautifully. Beautifully. Like, isn't that like so pretty? And then even on the back side, literally so pretty. But the problem, your edges are like, ooh, like you're making a parallelogram. And I'm like, oh no, now what do I do? I've done half, I'm halfway running out of yellow. I'm gonna run out of yellow. So now I'm like, what do I do? Should I start going back and forth so I have my straight edges? Should I keep going so I just have a big parallelogram that I can like block back the other way? Or do I frog it? So I stopped working last night. I've worked on this for a day and a half, so it goes really quick. I can't like complain about it. Plus, who doesn't mind sitting and doing a super easy stitch? I totally don't. So anyway, last night I stopped working on it. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I thought I could just like flip it and then work back the other way. So I'll have like, it'll be like an arrow blanket, like a point on one side and a opposite point on the other, and maybe try to block that a little bit. And then I'm like, it's going to bother me. You know, it's going to. And it is a tribute to my grandmother, so who wants to mess that up? You know what I mean? I don't want to mess it up. I want it to be like, that's on my bed and I love it. So I'm going to frog this blanket. I'm gonna frog it and cake up each row into tiny little, like little mini cakes, and then have a big basket of mini cakes, and then go and put it all back together, turning my work each row like we all know we're supposed to. And just accept the fact that my grandma's stitches look tidier than mine. So I think that's what I have to do, but I wanted to show you first. Oh, and let me show you how bent it is, just so if any of you are in the same situation, don't feel bad. But I love the stitches, it's so pretty, but see at the bottom, wonk. And the other side, wonk. So that's just not appropriate. Like if you had it over your bed, you'd be like, that's a mess. So I'm just gonna frog it. I don't know, I might have to pour a glass of wine or something, a hot cup of tea, just to get over this. But on a good note, all I wanted to do was crochet that instead of doing a tutorial, like editing the tutorial or writing a pattern. So now that I have to frog it, I'm much more willing to do something else. So it kind of worked out. It's not the end of the world, but what a bummer. So this I'll also be filming for a tutorial, showing you the right way to do it. I just love it. And the stitches are so pretty when you don't turn your work. It's ridiculous how pretty they are. Can you see? Okay, look. Can you see how ridiculously pretty that is? It's gorgeous, but I have to frog it. Bummer. So that is, and oh, and then I have some other WIPs that are kind of UFOs at this moment. Let me change the battery. All right, now, this is well requested, the pencil crayon Ottoman cover. It is still sitting here. I have to film a bit of it, so I wasn't working on it when I was up laying in my bed. So it's still sitting here. I'm not totally working on it, to be honest. I'm busy with these blankets, trying to figure out my grandma's stitch. And also, of course, a sober granny who doesn't love it. So I'm basically enjoying crocheting and not stressing out about that tutorial, but it is still there and it is something I'm going to be working on when I'm back down in the Yarnery more often. I also have the good old TV Snuggly, still waiting for arms. It is wonderful. The kids all have their eyes on it. There's my little armholes. So this is waiting also to be filmed when I'm back down in the Yarnery. You'll notice I'm a bit out of breath, so I'm kind of doing a little more relaxing than stressing out about do this, do that. So that is still sitting here. I have not forgotten it. It is not abandoned completely. So now it's time for deals of the week. Love it. Love a deal. Now this is quite interesting and some of you might be very interested in it. I've put links to all this in the description box down below. I know we're all waiting for Clover Amour hooks to go on sale, which they have not. They're still up at like $80-something for the set, which is quite discouraging. What they do have is they have Amour by Clover, A-M-U-R-E. Boom, this set here. So it is 8 hooks instead of 10 hooks. Now one of my friends bought these years ago when she was traveling in Singapore, I do believe. And the gist of it is there is an actual 3.0 mm hook in there, which you do not get in the other American set. So I've never really seen it before, but it is on Amazon right now for $47.98 for the set of 8. Now there is some differences. Let me move over so you can see it over there. There is some differences in the hook sizes. So the Amour is 2.25. These are millimeters. 2.25, 2.75, 3.25, 3.5, 3.75, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, and 6. Those are the standard sizes at the 10 hooks that we used to get for like $30, now is like $85. So the gist of it is we love both. Both hooks are the same. They're the same hook. The Amour set is like a local Japanese set, and that has the 3.0 mm hook in it. So if you've been looking for a 3.0, that is the set where you can find it. The hook sizes in the Amour, A-M-U-R-E, so the Japanese version, is they have a lot of smaller hooks. So they start at 2.0 millimeters, 2.3, 2.5, then the good old 3 that we can't find anywhere. And then they go to 3.5, 4, 5, and 6. So you get 3 hooks that are in our usual wheelhouse. If you crochet along with me, we generally start at a 4 and we go up to a 6 or 7, let's be serious. So they do have half the hooks that are usable and half that are the smaller size, more for lace work and delicate things like that. So depending if you are interested in doing smaller work or you just want that 3 millimeter, this set is totally good for you to get. It's $47 and there's 8 hooks in it, so it's still cheaper than buying them individually right now. So that is a good deal and very interesting. I have been looking for that set for so long and never knew that we could actually find it on Amazon right now. So that is a great deal. Also over on Amazon, they have the DeMero crochet hook case, not the good deal that the blue one was. It was like $9, but the empty case is $10.99, and they do have it in red for $13.99, including hooks and all the accessories, plus there's a 5% off on top of that, so it's like $13.30, or what is that, like $2.30 for all the accessories inside. They're not clover, they're just kind of ergonomic, generic accessories, but for $2 and some cents, who cares? Totally get the red case with the stuff inside. Also would be great for Christmas because it's red, do you know what I mean? So that's the other deal over on Amazon right now. Deals over at Ice Yarns. Finally, now this is a great yarn. This was my first absolute ice yarn love, which is Cotton Bamboo Light. Now don't let the light freak you out. It is literally a 4-weight yarn, and I mean 4-weight. Like you can use a 6 millimeter hook, no problem at all. I have some here to show you. I love this yarn. It is weighty. These are 100 grams, by the way. So, like, it's heavy. It's a heavy yarn. I love it for garments. I love it for borders. It makes the best border because of the hang. You know, it really, you know, if acrylic, if you do a border, it just kind of can float. It doesn't have like the hang or the drape that you would want a border to have. So if you throw in a row or 2 of Cotton Bamboo Light, it will totally have your border just like dripping gorgeousness. So this is, oops, let me get behind it. This is the good old Bamboo Light. And you see that yarn there? It's so gorgeous. Oh, I need glasses too. Of course I do. Good gosh. I should really know all this by heart. Okay. So, this is Cotton Bamboo Light. It is 60% bamboo, 40% cotton, 100 grams, 140 meters. They say it's a 3-weight, but really I work it as a 4-weight yarn. And they say a 3 to 4 millimeter needle, but I use a 6 hook. It is dreamy, drapey, gorgeous. This is what I used to make the Northern Diamond crochet along that we did, Northern Diamond Cal, and I love it. If you make a blanket out of it, it has like that weight and that drape and that like just natural fiberness that is amazing. If you have not worked with a cotton bamboo yarn before, I highly recommend. And this is my favorite one because it is thick. It's thick enough. It's just so dreamy. So great for baby stuff, great for garments, great for anything that you want to be delicious. On sale this week, finally. So these are on sale now for $1.99 a ball or $7.99 for a pack of 4. So super great deal just because it's a sale, and who does not want cotton bamboo light in their yarnscape? It's such an amazing yarn. So these are on sale. Plus also Saver 100 is on sale for 99 cents a skein. Where's my Saver 100? All of this, well, this is Saver 100 and Saver. So I don't know why I don't have any here, but my WIP basket is upstairs with all of my Saver 100 in it. So let me pop this back and grab a Saver 100. Saver 100. Ooh! There we go. Now, my Saver 100 shelf, there's one, good. These are on sale for 99 cents this week, normally $1.25, still a great deal. And so Saver, center pull and everything. These are very similar to Red Heart with Love if you're wondering what it is comparable to in the West. So this is Saver 100. It is 100% acrylic, 100 grams, 175 meters. It is a worsted weight size 4. They recommend a 5mm needle. I use a 6 or 7 millimeter crochet hook. So love this yarn. It is one of my staples. I have this shelf here, that's all my worsted weight, so that is Saver and Saver 100. Ideally, I'm getting a lot more of it in my upcoming shipment just to plump all of that up. So Saver 100 on sale, 99 cents. Now you're like, oh, there's shipping. Yes, there is. So I'm gonna talk to you about shipping. I do have it figured out a bit. So if you, where did I, oh, here. On a separate piece of paper, I got all my stats here. So if you're just ordering one pack, and this is to ship to the US, if you're in a different country, you can just log on and kind of follow along with me. One pack is $3.99, and shipping is $9.95. So that's just basically a human being going to Ice Yarns, picking up your package, putting on an airplane, another guy taking it off the plane, couple guys touching it, and a guy bringing it to your door. So yeah, shipping's expensive. It's a $4 pack of yarn, 4 skeins, 400 grams, and it's $10 to get it to your door. So that's not the best. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that's cheap. It's not. That works out to $13.94 for the one pack of yarn delivered to your door, $3.49 per 100 grams. So that comes to your door, $3.50, not the end of the world, not the best deal. If you wanna order 4 packs, so that would be 16 100 grams, like 16 skeins of yarn, or 4 packs, 4 different colors. That was $15.96 for your yarn and $25.95 for the guy to come and pick it and bring it to your house. So that works out to $2.62 per skein delivered to your door. So that's getting a bit better. I mean, $2.50 for 100 grams of yarn at your door, not a bad deal. But if you go up a bit more, where it kind of starts to switch over to be cheaper, where it starts to be a bit cheaper is at 21 packs, is 8.4 kilos or 84 of these skeins of yarn. The yarn is $83.79 and the shipping is $82.95. So that's kind of a nice cutoff where it gets to be like a dollar shipping per 100 grams. That's kind of where I like to aim for. I don't want to pay more than $1, but that just means you have to order more. So that works out to $166.74 for the 84 skeins delivered to your door, and that is $1.99 delivered. So that is a good deal. And then if you increase it up more and more, it does keep on going down, about 10 to 15 cents less per skein of yarn. So I hope that kind of helps demystify the shipping from Ice Yarns and some little cutoffs of how to calculate it. So those are the deals of the week. If there are any deals in your neighborhood, please tell us in the comments down below where you are and where the deal is. It is getting to be that shopping time of year, so we're all looking for deals, yarny deals, gift idea deals, whatever deals there are, even DIY, organization, little things. What deals do you have in your neighborhood that you're excited about? Tell us down below. Love to hear all about it. Now it's time for have a lot of news. It's kind of like news of the month. So let's just say that. It's welcome to news of the month. Now, you probably have noticed you have this annoying little gasp occasionally when I'm trying to like breathe, and it is difficult. That is because, yes, I was sick. Was it COVID? I really think so. Did I get tested? No, I just stayed home, looked after myself. Literally, well, my whole family looked after me. They're so sweet. But gist of it, I was in bed sleeping for about 8 days, and then walking around a bit and still sleeping for another like 4 or 5 days. It really kicked me in my butt, which makes me think it was something more than the average flu, and it actually wasn't so bad. There's nothing actually wrong with having to have no energy and to just be in bed watching TV. I mean, I don't want to say I loved it, but it was not as bad as I thought. I do have a little thing, like if you go to take a breath, and there's something that catches, like a feather in my throat, and you want to be like, but you can't cough it. It is kind of like a weird crusty tightness in the chest. So that is unpleasant, but not the end of the world. My head was fine, my stomach was fine, my body hurt a lot. My body felt like I was hit with the edge of a 2x4 every 1.5 inches, up and down and everywhere. My shoulder blades hurt my back. I mean, it hurt. My body hurt, but I wasn't throwing up. I didn't have a headache. I was watching TV and sleeping. So, I mean, I didn't mind, but I do have that thing now. So that might be a while. It might be with me for a while, but I'm happy to be healthy and home. I'm the only one sick in my family. Yes, we've isolated for more than 2 weeks, and that's fine by me. I don't know really how I got it, but I'm the only one. My husband actually got it in March. He had the same thing, but his lasted about 6 weeks, and mine lasted like 2 weeks, so. Joking. Anyway, that's my little sick bit. Yes, I was. I did have a birthday in there, which was, the kids did such a great job. They decorated, they colored this awesome sign, they made a little photo booth, they tried really hard. They made a treasure hunt for me, and I was just pretending that I wasn't sick. Anyway, no, it was really, really great. They did a great job. We had a really nice time. I did not blow up my candles with my mouth. I used a hot plate. I'm like, but it was really, really fun. Kids did a great job. Yes, it was the big 5-0. I've made it. I'm officially a smart person. I mean, if you don't know it by the time you're 50, when are you going to know it? That's all I'm saying. When you're 60, right? I'll say that again when I'm 60. So the thing about that, we call it level up. Kind of like if you're gaming, or if you're well, it's more of like something, it's an honor. Do you know what I mean? You're like, I made it. Like I made it halfway. So I'm super excited and I love it. So kids did a great job, had a really great day. And I can't believe the effort they put in. Like it was so sweet. So that was great. For my birthday, my husband gave me a big chunk of money to order ice yarns. Well, he said I could do whatever I wanted, but I wanted some ice yarns. And I think he also wanted some ice yarns. He does like the shelves looking quite plump. So I placed my big order, and I kind of deleted it down to like, you know, fit my budget, which was still a big budget. But I kind of deleted some things where I was like, no, stick to the Saver and the Saver 100, which is what you need. And the, what else was there? Now I'm gonna forget the name of it again. Alara. So I got Alara, Softly Baby, Saver, Saver 100, all coming to fill up these shelves, kind of reduce the other things that I wanted, but you know, got it down. And it ended up being exactly 50 kilos. I was like, what? So that was my goal, and I'm like bang on, not one ball more, not one ball less. So super excited about that. I've also ordered a couple times since then, realizing like, oh, I want to do this, and oh, I want to do that. While I was sick, I wasn't really crocheting that much. I was literally sleeping. So anyway, I feel like I have all this Crojo that is like busting out. So now I know all these other yarns that I need, and I have ordered a couple more times. So I have 100. I have 63 kilos coming. I do. So I'm excited about that. Can't wait for it. Cannot wait for it. So excited. Literally. I've emptied out, I've kind of tried to organize my shelves. So the top shelf up there is natural fibers plus Lorena worsted. I like Lorena worsted, but it's only kind of for like household projects, baskets, functional kind of things. So I have that up top. Second shelf is also maybe some natural cotton if it didn't fit on my top shelf, and a Lara. So that's kind of like natural blends and naturals. Then the third shelf down is my worsted weight. Okay, don't count this. That I haven't done yet. But my colors I've done. I've done this part. So this is 4 weight yarns, acrylic. So Saver 100, and some local acrylic is also 4 weight. So that's all on that third shelf down. This is going to be my 3 weight acrylic, which is Softly Baby and Favorite. Both of those can be used interchangeably. Same with Saver 100 and Saver. And then this bottom shelf is like fancy, blah, 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 blah. Like same kind of colors, but you know, just kind of chunkier, thinner, glitzier, eyelash dazzly, all that kind of stuff is right on the bottom shelf here. So that's kind of how it's being organized and why I have a big empty shelf. Obviously no 3 weight in acrylic. So I'm looking forward to getting all of that yarn coming. Should be in the next 2 to 3 weeks if I stop ordering. I also organized my WIP shelf over there. This is my WIP shelf. So I did that yesterday. I took out all of these WIPs and put them into bags and then put them down. Oh, behind that table, thank goodness you can't see them. Anyway, behind it, they're a mess. All of that below there, excuse me, are like zipper bags where I have put the things that were WIPs that are kind of UFOs. I didn't really totally purge them. I just kind of packed them all up and said, like, you know, they're nice and safe and tidy over there. When I want to work on them, that's where they are, and they're kind of like ahead of the game. Like I have a waffle stitch dish towel. I have a couple blankets where I'm waiting for Super Baby in a dark gray or other yarns to come in that I don't have right now. So that's kind of all back on this bottom shelf. And my WIP shelf is now officially quite empty. Isn't that a great feeling? It really is. So I try to do that about once a year. And I also have WIPs in these gray buckets on this side. So I do want to go through sometime, maybe in the end of the year or beginning of the new year, go through my, you know, all of my UFOs and ditch the ones where I'm going to give up on getting the yarn, or, you know, just make sure they're all still viable. So that's great. I have a lot of WIP baskets available for WIPs, which I totally enjoy. And it was really kind of actually fun to do. I do like to stay a little bit organized. Here, not in the whole house, just here. Fish pond. Couldn't work on it while I was laid up in bed watching TV. So it's starting on Tuesday. I have my guy coming on Tuesday, and it's a big hole. The big hole is ready. It's huge, and it'll be starting to be worked on next week. So next week it should be finished. Let's see. Right now it's just like a big mud puddle swimming pool, basically. Swimming pool. Yeah. Now it's time for Subscribers of the Week. So I just like to say a big thank you to all of you lovely subscribers. I totally appreciate the time we spend together and hanging out. I know lots of you have sent me messages that you feel like you're hanging out with a friend, and that is exactly what I feel like. Like when something happens in my life, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to share it with you, because I really feel like you're my friends. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're hanging out. So I totally appreciate it. And the 2 subscribers I would like to say thank you to this week are Elaine Turpin. Hi, Elaine. Thank you so much for emailing me. Love to hear from you. You have an amazing life, and I am so glad that you're one of my friends. And also Lynn Chartrand, thank you so much for being you. I just appreciate all of our friendship and everything that you have put into this community. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being wonderful. So, question of the day, what is your fall project? What is on your hook? What are you working on? What do you want to get done before, well, let's say mid-November? Do you have anything on your urgent list? What is it? Tell us all about it in the comments underneath this video. And that's about all I have for you this week. That was a lot, right? There was a lot this week. So thanks so much for inviting me over and hanging out, and have a super great day. We'll see you in the next video, and stay hooked. Think like a hook. Stay hooked with a hook. Where's a hook? I should crochet a hook, right? A pillow and the hook. Oh, my subscribe pillow is getting washed, by the way. No, was washed about 4 weeks ago, is bone dry. I just have to like put it back together and bring it back down. If you're like, where's the subscribe pillow? Yeah, it's upstairs in my laundry room. But it's really clean, so that's good. Stay hooked. So I'm just changing it to WIP whatever. WIP weekday. WIP weekday. Let me do that. That's a good idea. Okay, hold on. Starting again. Hi, this is Krista at, no. Was my hair terrible? I hope my hair wasn't terrible.